I wouldn't have thought that being 2nd in November would lead to us having a last day battle for survival. But it is in our hands. Let's hope today is a day where we stay in Serie B. Right, and here we are. And as you can see, after a fantastic start to the season, given that we've just been promoted, it's been pretty appalling since mid-November. We've had 2 wins in, and I can't count the games, but it's a lot of games, and it's been a real struggle. We did lose a couple of games late on. So this game we lost in the 88th minute. In fact, we were 2-1 up with 20 minutes to go there. I think this one we were 1-0 up and then lost that lead in the last 10 minutes. So we could have been safe by now. We've kind of thrown it away a little bit. But hopefully today, against Pisa, we can rush back. We've actually lost to them before in a playoff, and I suppose this is a sort of playoff again, isn't it? We ran them close in 2025, and then this year we lost to them narrowly away from home back in December. So we've only played them 3 times. One of the teams that we haven't played a huge amount against. Pisa obviously had only 1 year in Serie C with us. The one bit of news to tell you is that Palermo are going down. So next season, if we get relegated, we will have our football derby. If we don't, then we won't, which obviously at the moment is what I'm hoping for. Parma have absolutely stormed to the title, so they will be back in Serie A. I haven't actually seen Serie A yet. It looks like we're definitely getting Brescia, and it will be 2 with Lecce, Genoa and Benevento who will be coming down. Milan have won the title, interestingly, so Juventus' dominance, which has lasted 6 straight years, is over. And that's Milan's first league title in a very long time, 2010-11, so it's, 17 years since their last title. Big gap for them. But here we are against Pisa today, and it's the most important game, I would say, in our history so far. Obviously, we had a playoff final last year, which was huge, but I wasn't really expecting necessarily to win it, given how long it had been. Whereas this one, I mean, given the start we made to the season, I'd be very disappointed if we get relegated. So I'm really hoping that today will be the day that we just about squeak survival. Shouldn't be this close. We're clearly going to have to make some changes over the summer. But, we will be playing today with at least 1, maybe 2 new players. Stipa has been a bit disappointing. In fact, I'm going to leave Stopper and Castellucci up front. But I think, going to play Mattioli. He had a poor game in his first game, but everyone's having poor games at the moment. So I think it's probably worth sticking with him. You can see there's not really anyone here who's in better form defensively, at least not significantly so. So I think it will be him that I stick with today. And here we go. Cross your fingers, everyone. This is a big one. I will be bringing you the transfer window in the rest of this video. So instead of ending the video with a game, we'll start it with a game and we'll have a transfer window and we'll come back with the first couple of games next season in the next video. But of course, our transfer dealings will depend massively on today's result. All we need to do today is match Frosinone's result and we'll be fine. I know that the tiebreaker is the results between the teams, and I think that means that we will be relegated if we finish on the same points, because Frosinone, we beat them at home 2-1 with a couple of goals from Reddy, but you'll see that we lost 2-0 to them away from home back in February, and that fact that we failed to score in that game is going to end up being the crucial difference if we were to get if we were to lose today and Frosinone were to get a draw. So we need to make sure that we match their result, otherwise we are done for today. Obviously, if Frosinone lose, then it won't matter what we do. Di Marco to Benedetti. Roller shoots, Roller gets it over the bar. Musa fails to make the tackle, and we do eventually clear it, although only semi-cleared. And they do get the headed goal. Babini is given. Don't know really why that needed to be checked. It's nowhere near offside. Right, so as it stands, we get relegated. Ascoli, of course, playing against Frosinone, so we're hoping for a favour from them. Given that we haven't won in ages, I can't really see us turning this around, to be honest. I think it's now everything is down to Ascoli, and unfortunately Frosinone have just scored, which means at the moment we need to win. Roller. Crosses the ball. Stopper. Benedetti. Roller shoots. Roller can't get the ball on target. Roller again. Becoming very, very influential in this team. You can see it today. Ooh, and that's just headed over. Come on, Ascoli. As well as Zaffarana, obviously. At the moment, we need 2 goals. Either 2 for Ascoli or 1 for Ascoli and 1 for Zaffarana. Or 2 for Zaffarana, actually. Just any combination of 2 goals from Ascoli and Zaffarana. Without reply, of course. Ascoli have now had a man sent off, so that's not going to be likely. I don't think that we're going to get the result we need there. Musa, ooh, stopper, nearly gets the ball in. We are looking a bit more threatening after a poor start to the game, really, where we were kind of torn apart a bit. That wasn't good. And it does look like at the moment we are going down. Ascoli have equalised, so we've got one of the 2 goals we need. So we need to either one Zaffarana goal or another Ascoli goal. Rolla. Crosses the ball to Benedetti, head wide. Costa to Sidibe. Pottle. Clearing the ball. We're actually defending all right. Roller has been booked. That's okay. Come on, Ascoli. Roller to Musa. Roller's through. Oh, Roller. Yeah, he's had chances. He has had chances. Still need just that 1 goal somewhere. Costa crosses the ball and we've cleared it away. We are living dangerously at the moment. If we were to score again, then we're relying purely on Ascoli. Right, Musa's not having a great game, so we're going to bring on Shuzov. Back to being a bit dominated here, unfortunately. Come on, Ascoli. Come on, Zaffarana. We need 1 goal. Right, can we make something happen here? Lacti loses it, and looks like they might hit us on the break. No, we won it back. Di Marco. So Castellucci. Oh, so close. Castellucci very close there to getting the crucial goal. Castellucci again. Di Marco. Castellucci over the bar. Running out of time here. 10 minutes to have 1 goal in either game to keep us up. It's going to be a dramatic last day if we do get that final goal somewhere. Got to go for it. 4 minutes of injury time. Can we get that crucial last-minute goal that would get us that point that will keep us safe? It would be the most important point we've ever had. Castellucci's there! We've done it! Still got a nervous wait to see if we can hold on. And if, more importantly, if Frosinone can fail to score. Keep an eye on this box down here. At the moment, we're okay, just by the skin of our teeth. Have I got injured? Just seeing anything down there just makes it that bit more nervous. Obviously, they could have scored a last-minute goal, folks. So, yeah, we have done it. We're staying up. Wow. Talk about the skin of your teeth, folks. After the start of the season we had, I'm unbelievably disappointed that we need this. I think we are going to have a playoff. I'm not quite sure how that works, but it does mean that we're going to need to, we're going to have to get a playoff, I think. It does mean that we have to have a playoff. I hadn't realised that. I'd obviously missed it in the rules. But the play out. So either us or Perugia are going down. I didn't realise that. Which means we are going to finally have to win a game. We haven't won a game in a long time, and we're going to have to win a game now. Two-legged game against Perugia. And I guess that's the second half of our video now. I didn't realise that was the possibility. So it's only a semi-victory, that. That Castellucci goal has not quite kept us up. It's kept us in the hunt, but not up. And our record against Perugia so far, well, we haven't beaten them in a game that actually mattered. We've beaten them in a friendly, but we haven't yet beaten them in an important game, and we're going to have to. So I will be back for the first leg of that. It's nervy times. Back in a second. Right, so we are now at the 2 games which can only be described as the 2 biggest games in our history now, because we need to stay up. After a season where we really should have stayed up with consummate ease after the start we made, it would be so disappointing now if we were to throw it away. I'm going to make a few changes. I brought Dele Carry in at centre-back and moved Mattioli to left-back just to take a bit of the pressure off him. I do think long-term he probably is more of a centre-back, particularly as he's been working on his heading and his marking and improving it. So I think he will eventually be a centre-back, but I think for the moment, just taking him out of the firing line. I want to stick with him because I haven't really got a lot of players who can come in and do a better job at the moment. You can see that the form that they're all in is not good. So I think it makes sense to stick with him, but putting Dele Carry in at centre-back perhaps takes a little bit of the pressure off Mattioli in his early days. I'm also going with Brigliadori because the strikers, Castellucci apart, haven't been great, so why not give him a game? And I realise it's a strange time to do it, but just no one's in good form, and I just needed something to just sort of shake things up a bit, and hopefully that can grab us a win onto this huge game for us. Obviously, being at home, we need to get that result today. We need to win. Draw is not really good enough. I don't want to have to rely on winning away. Interestingly, Thiago Motta is their manager. I think that must be the Thiago Motta, which is strange. It is indeed the Thiago Motta. So you can see. So here we go. Let's pump my fists. Strong position for the first leg. It's going to be a tough game, this one. It really shouldn't have come down to this after the start that we made to the season. But let's see what we can do today. Roller finds Castellucci, but he can't quite get in. I want to be cautious today. I don't really want to... What I definitely don't want to do is to lose the game. If we can just grab a 1-0 win, I'll be very, very pleased. I decided to fire them up, and it didn't work. You can see they're all overwhelmed and not very happy. That's a shame. Mistake. Let's just hope we can hold out until they realise that it's not in the world. Roller crosses it, and Castellucci heads it over. Yeah, it looks like they've come round to it. Mattioli a bit apprehensive, but other than that, it's doing all right. DiMarco to Rota. Dele Carry. Castellucci's there. Goodness, that was close. DiMarco crosses it again. Brigliadori takes the ball. DiMarco crosses to Roller. Ooh, goodness me, that was close. We had a very good start. Kind of all over them, to be honest. But we need the goal. We won't consistently dominate this game. So we need to score when we do, and we haven't really taken advantage of a very good start to the game. Story of our season, really. Taking the pressure off, and that seems to have worked quite well. Right, gets us to half-time, and it does look like we are doing quite well. But that's the last 20 minutes or so of the half. Just didn't really create much. So go and play with freedom, folks. I want us to get the goal at some point. Just go a little bit more adventurous. Koulibaly crosses it, and we've eventually cleared it. Almost 5,000 people in attendance. I don't know if that's a record, but it must be not a million miles off. Doing okay, but we do need to try and grab a goal at some point. Otherwise, we are not going to be in a position to really hammer home the advantage away. So the thing is, if they have to come out for it away from home because we're winning, then should give us a chance to pick them off and perhaps make it 2-0, or just quickly be able to equalise if they have to then adjust if they do score. Bring on Di Chiara. Not had such a good season this year. Roller has kind of overtaken him as the best right winger in the side, I think. Straggle. Great save from Desjardins. And Brigliadori nearly through. Di Chiara can't quite find him again. Take Brigliadori off now. We'll bring on Squizzato. Luca, Barini, and Shipacase is there. And it looks like we're going to go down to a defeat. Which puts a lot of pressure on the away game now. Disappointing performance, really. After a good start to the game, we kind of didn't really do much else. Pretty much all of these shots were in the first 20 minutes or so. But Squizzato does have one last chance, but it just finds the keeper, and we are in the mud. We're going to need to win, and win well, away from home now. It's very, very disappointing to defeat that. To tell the press that too. Not pleased. It gives us a very, very tough job. You can see 2 wins since November. It does not look very promising, does it? We need to win probably by 2 goals in order to qualify now. So, 6 days. I'll be back then. See you in a sec. Right, and here we are for what could be our last game for now in Serie B. It's obviously a pretty tough job ahead of us, needing to win by 2 goals. There's not a huge amount I can do, to be honest. None of these players are playing well enough to give me any kind of faith that we can get a 2-goal win here, but we just have to do our best, I guess. Right, come on, Zaffarana. Pull off an absolute miracle here, please. Roller makes a lovely tackle early on. Just agreed to sign a new contract to extend his contract by a couple of years. DiMarco can't quite find the man out there. And De Luca scores, and I think that's probably that, folks. Can't really see us coming back now. Another season, seriously. Took us so long to get out of that. Oh. Painful. Roller finds Castellucci. He's had a couple of chances now, you know. Roller finds Castellucci again. That's 3 chances. He should have had a hat-trick. We're all over them since they scored. Absolutely all over them. Castellucci's through. Finally scores, but he's going to be offside this time. One time he's offside, he scores. It's miles off. This is so frustrating to see us dominate a game so much, and we're going to end up losing this by 3 or 4, aren't we? Just feel it. That's another penalty. And it's given. And this will be that, I think. Oh no, Desjardins has saved it. Just about keeps us in the game. Delicari. Desjardins. DiMarco now. Crosses it. And Roller's there at the back post for one of his trademark goals. He keeps us very much in the game. We need to get that another one now. Preferably before half time, really. That missed penalty could turn out to be an absolutely crucial turning point. DiMarco shoots. Goes wide. We've had chances. Castellucci should have had more than one. Roller has obviously got the goal. Delicari, free kick. No highlights from it. 1 goal away now from at least taking it to extra time. I haven't checked the rules. Come on, guys. We haven't got long now. We need to get this goal. Brozovic finds Straudel, and Mancini, I think, might be offside. Yeah. Oh, it's given. Oh, thought that was off. I think that's that, folks. I think that means another year in Serie C. At least. So disappointing. We just haven't really looked up for it today. Apart from about 10 minutes. A bit more than that, to be fair. We had a 25-minute period or so in the first half where we were very good. Castellucci should have had at least a goal, maybe 2. But it looks to me like we are finally going to be condemned to relegation. Not been relegated in a game like this for a long, long time. Not sure I've ever been relegated. We just haven't quite been good enough this season, unfortunately. I think I will keep my job because I think it's fair to say I've battled hard against relegation. We shouldn't have been relegated in the end. It was poor. I think that is that, folks. We are going to be relegated. Very, very disappointing. We made such... I mean, we were second in November. We've managed to get relegated. It's a real, real pity. And we'll have to start a bit of a rebuild. Quite a few of these players are going to have to go. There's too many that aren't good enough. I don't think any of the defenders are good enough, to be honest. Roller obviously will be a mainstay of the side. But yeah, it's going to have to be a bit of an overhaul. And I will bring you that in the next episode. I think I'm pretty much going to give you a blow-by-blow of pretty much everything that happens in the transfer window. A little bit of a budget. 1.84 million. Okay, so we are going to have to cut our wages a little bit, which is fair enough. But we have got some transfer budget, and given that we may get quite a few free transfers, we may be able to readjust that. Given that we've got quite a lot of wage budget, though, we may be able to readjust that a little bit and give ourselves a little bit of extra breathing space. Given that we've got quite a lot of transfer budget, we may be able to readjust that and give us some breathing space to bring in some slightly higher paid players than we might otherwise be able to. But there are certainly quite a few players I need to get rid of. Shoes off being an obvious one. Stopper as well. Quite a few players, though, we can get those wages taken out. Frodella, highest paid player, no thank you, you need to go. So a lot of these players are going to be cleared out and got rid of because, frankly, it's not good enough. We've had a poor season after a very good start. We need to rebuild from the ground up. There are a few players I'm really happy with still. Ria's had a poor season. Perhaps the promotion came a little early for him. But, yeah, was disappointing, really. I'll be back next episode for a bit of a review, in a bit more detail, to talk you through my thinking and the transfers. And what I want really is to get a nice, easy promotion next season. We should be in a position, I think, with a bit of a budget, particularly if we can sell some of the dead wood here for a bit of money, that we can really push up and get a fairly easy title win next year. And that will at least mean that I can avoid the disappointment of so many defeats. So a first relegation on the stream ever. I can't remember the last time I was relegated in Football Manager at all. It's really disappointing. I was hoping that this would be, at one point I even thought that a second promotion wasn't impossible. Never really thought it was likely, but it wasn't impossible. I'd never thought from November that we would get relegated. And unfortunately, the form was just that bad. Our win on the 6th of November was the third to last of the season. After that, we beat Parma and we beat Pordenone, but apart from that, I think five draws, and every other game was a defeat. That awful April where we lost 6 games in a row, it was too much to take, and we have ended up paying the price for that really, really, really poor run. But we'll be back. I will come back up to Serie B, hopefully next season, and I hope you'll join us tomorrow for the rebuild. See you then. Bye.